Stories untold, tales that we've spun, quite a few missing, where have they gone? Come and fill your mind with ghosts of the past, now that we're breaking bud. 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 Do-do-do-do-do-do. Hello and welcome back to Breaking Bud.
Hello.
Can you guess who that is?
Do you remember from last time?
Do you remember from the nature-loving gay boy?
Me or Humboldt?
Well, I mean, I think we came to the conclusion that you two were one and the same.
Kindred spirits, I think.
You were. How are you, my love?
I am well, thank you. Yes, very pleased to be back.
I'm
really enjoyed the first one last time.
It was very fun.
So I couldn't wait to do another. So I'm very pleased to be here.
Brilliant. Well, before we get into the episode, I feel like let's have a bit of a levity. So just like, are you okay? Did you have a nice weekend? How was your Valentine's?
Yeah, no, it was lovely. Thank you. Yeah, it was very enjoyable. Went to see History of Sound, which I didn't rate too much. But the actual weekend was really, really nice.
Okay.
And also went to Wildlife Photographer of the Year on Sunday, which is an annual tradition for me. So I always enjoy that.
Who won? Was there a winner?
There was always a winner. There's always a grand prize winner for under 18s and then for adults. I didn't love either of the winners, which is a bit controversial. The juniors winner was like it was good. It was like I think it was a longhorn beetle that was like framed in focus, and then behind there was like a digger from deforestation, but it was framed really well. So that was really good, to be fair. Good message. And then I can't remember what the adult winner was actually, but I didn't think it was worth.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't me. No, I didn't actually submit anything I should do.
Have you ever?
No. I've only just started like getting to the point where I even edit my photos. So yeah, I'm way off that yet. But I would like to one day. Definitely. I think that would be really cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I know about...
There's a prize though. I'm not sure.
I think, do you get to keep the animal?
Yeah, I think you do actually. Yeah. I think that's how it works.
Someone has a horn beetle and a digger in the background.
Yeah.
No, I obviously know about it because, like, as a journalist, like, it's always that, great, we can do some good news.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like Instagram posts of, like, the winner of the year. And, I mean, I remember when, was it the same thing? The cute, the mice either fighting or, like, kissing on the tube. Do you remember that?
Yeah, they're dancing.
Yeah,
like
the
dancing. Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, that's really good.
So they're always great. Love them. What's the favourite animal that you've ever taken a picture of?
I've ever taken a picture of... They're the same. My real favorite animal is the animal that my favorite. Well, so my favorite animal and my favorite animal and my favorite animal I've taken a picture of are one and the same. So I'm lucky enough to see them in the wild.
Elephant?
Gorilla.
Oh!
Yeah, gorillas. Mountain gorillas in Rwanda.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it was amazing.
How far were you?
Same distance as you are to me. So it was very easy to get a good photo. So
Were you not a bit scared?
No, not really. No, gorillas, they have this like the reputation as being very aggressive and being very like King Kong and like that kind of like silverback. But no, they're very gentle. They're very like chill. Silverbacks can be a bit defensive of their families, but once they kind of made, he did sort of like mock charge us, which was scary. But I think he was just letting us know that he was in charge and that this was his family and he was going to defend them if necessary. So
yeah,
that was
we all
scary.
know a few silverbacks who can get a bit defensive of their family. It's giving some character from EastEnders. So this episode is going to be a special dedicated to Queer History Month because it's Queer History Month as we do it now. So happy Queer History Month.
Happy Queer History Month to you as well.
So yeah, it's quite a, I guess it's going to be quite a sad story. It's a bit of a tragic story. But I think it's really important to do. And as soon as I watched a documentary about it, and as soon as I watched it, I kind of was just like, this is such an amazing story. I can't believe I've not heard of it. And so, yeah, I was kind of, most of my notes are just literally, the documentary's like an hour and a half, and I think I watched it took like 3.5, 4 hours.
Oh, really?
Because of just pausing it.
Yeah.
I've written down quotes from the actual people.
Oh,
so
blimey.
you're basically getting the documentary told to you.
Great. No, I'd prefer it this way.
Yeah, so
I'd rather
really
have it this way.
Exactly. So yeah, I guess it's time.
Oh,
Let's get it out.
top secret BB-8.
Well, yeah, but we're actually
BB9. Top secret BB9.
Top secret BB9. And yeah, welcome everyone to the podcast. If you haven't, kind of joined us yet, or if you're starting to see little social clips and stuff, please do listen wherever you can get it. It's edited, researched, and technically done by me, and then my guests supporting me with Prosecco and love.
Yes, exactly. Not doing too much in the setup or planning or preparation space just yet.
But
hopefully that will change in future. You never know.
Really. Oh, and shout out again to Hamilton, who just let me pee in his house, and that's such the good thing about having neighbours. Literally, gaybers, as I like to call them. So yeah, he did say if Lewis wants to pee.
I'm allowed to as well.
That's good. You're allowed to, yeah.
Oh, good. I'll bear it in mind.
Last cheers before we go into the sadness.
The sadness. Oh my God.
But I think you'll enjoy this story.
I do like a sad story, as if you people who tuned in to the mini bard will know that the story that resonated most with me from a young age was Titanic, and that's a very sad story.
I mean, it's literally one of the saddest. It's awful.
Yeah,
There's nothing good about it, right?
I know, exactly.
So quite a similar vibe, actually.
Yeah, that's good then. See, I'm well prepped. Okay. I'm ready.
So, as I said, as a disclaimer, I've got to warn you that this is probably one of the most upsetting episodes I've ever done, and it does feature a description of death. Listeners, I will let you know when we're going to get into a bit which is quite tragic, and if you want to kind of like switch off or turn and come back for a few minutes, then do that.
Just press the skip forward by 15 seconds button.
Yeah, I think it'll be a couple minutes. But
yeah, spam that a few times.
We will. But let's go. So we're going to start in another way, which is, because it's not about a person this time. It's the first time in Breaking Bad. It's not about a person. So we're going to go, as we like to do, like a cold opening.
A cold open, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's the 24th of June, 1973. In a second-floor gay bar called the Upstairs Lounge in New Orleans, during their regular Sunday evening beer bust event, barman Buddy Rasmussen is looking out a great name.
Buddy Rasmussen. These stories always have really good names.
It's brilliant. Buddy Rasmussen. And you know he's sexy.
And really fun.
Yeah, great moustache, actually.
Yeah.
He does. So he's looking out across his regular patrons, who were actually more like family to him. But something was getting on his nerves. A bell from the road downstairs, usually used for deliveries, was buzzing and wouldn't stop. Annoyed, Buddy finally turned to Luther Boggs, a friend who was sitting closest to the door, and asked him to see who the hell was buzzing so much. Luther went to the door and opened it, and what he saw behind that door would change the New Orleans queer community forever. Yeah. So, get ready, girl.
Oh, Christ.
And I might cry, to be honest. But Lewis, today I'm telling you the story of the New Orleans Upstairs Inferno.
Oh, I think I might have heard of
it,
but I don't know. Not like, clearly not enough as much as I should have done.
I've never heard of it at all.
No, again, it maybe just be like in passing, like as a, not want to use the word term ringing a bell, but in the back of my head, like a tiny bit. But again, it's probably a horrible,
you're going to be
significant
you're
story.
going to be there. But to understand what happened that fateful night, we must go back 3 years to 1970 New Orleans. Okay, so 604 Iberville was located on the corner of Chartres and Iberville Streets in the French Quarter of New Orleans, a couple blocks away from the famed Canal Street. Have you ever been
I was supposed to ask you the same question. No, I haven't been, but I would love to go though.
I would love to go.
I think it looks so cool.
So cool. I'd love it, especially with like the kind of Frenchy kind of
the
French
colonial
and
stuff.
Kind of yeah. Bad, but gives it that little different to New York.
But also, it's America, so all of it. Yeah. So you can like these bits because if you go into America, then you're in a colonial place, so you may as well.
It's like a menu of different colonial.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's Mardi Gras would also be really cool.
Oh my god, yeah, it would be really cool. And so I'll show you the houses, the story. The buildings look really cool. I think.
Yeah, they do. They're so distinct.
Yes.
Why is that?
I think French colonial. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but why is nowhere else in America like that?
Because they lost a lot to it to the English. And so the English were like, Georgian houses. But so with records dating back to the 1800s, which is big for America,
Yeah, just started, isn't it?
Literally, the 3-story building itself once housed a cotton mill. Ugh. But then, over the years, the building would be the home to cocktail lounges and flop houses for sailors, which were kind of like cheap amenities like hostels. So
Yeah, I was going to ask. I've always heard of a flop house.
Flop house. So I think it's like sailors would come in, there'd be a bar, there'd be a good time. It would be a good time. Hostel, very cheap.
Yeah.
So kind of like perfect origin source beginnings for what this place would be. Until 1970, when a man called Phil Esteve, again, great name.
Phil Steve.
Yeah, Phil Esteve with an E. It's very weird.
Yeah, I know. Phil Steve.
Phil Steve would make a decision that would change the history of New Orleans gay community forever. He'd been looking for a purpose in his life. He tried many things that had just not stuck. After high school, he tried to actually become a priest, but that didn't work out. Yeah. Then he went into the Navy, but then that wasn't his calling either.
We're getting there.
Priest, Navy, gay. So
Gay.
Literally, yeah.
Just slightly more.
Just trying to. Can some kind of authority steer me away? God, nah. General, nah. Well, that probably all Navy men are gay.
They are,
They all are. When he returned to his hometown of New Orleans, he famously told a friend, I'm torn between... I can't do it.
And it's like really deep south as well.
It is, though.
Louisiana.
New Orleans, Louisiana, Marianne. No, I don't know. That's giving like Long Island.
Yeah, that's a bit too rough. Louisiana's really slow. That's more like it.
I'm torn between opening a gay bar and opening a gift shop.
I think that's a lot better.
Thank you. I think so
as it goes, compared to the other one.
Yeah.
In context.
And his friend said, if I only had $1, I would buy a beer before I bought a knick-knack.
Where's he from?
But what an iconic line. If I only had $1, I'd rather buy a beer before I bought a knick-knack. Because the guy was like, I'd either open a gay bar or a gift shop.
Oh, I see.
Sorry,
yeah. Would you run it back?
Yeah. So for the one, sorry, it probably distracted everyone from my accent, but he said, I'm torn between opening a gay bar and opening a gift shop, to which his friend said, if I only had $1, I'd buy a beer over a knick-knack.
Great advice as well.
Iconic.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Is that where knick-knacks come from?
Yeah. But for the American listeners out there, they are not, they're not gifts. They're things you eat at a bar and they taste a bit like Marmite.
They do. Yeah.
I don't think I...
No, you're thinking of Twiglets, you're thinking of.
Oh, I'm thinking of Twiglets.
Yeah, knick-knacks are the crisps that are actually really nice.
Knick-knack, paddywhack. Give a dog.
Give a dog. We can't really say that anymore.
Really?
Yeah, paddywhack. I didn't know this. It's like an Irish slur.
Oh my God, Irish people.
Yeah.
I apologise. God, this is all
I used to sing that when I was younger, and then someone said it to me, and I was like, yeah.
We'll have to blur out. Will I have to beep? Yeah. Knick-knack, beep. Give a... Anyway. So, on Halloween of 1970, the Upstairs Lounge held its grand opening. Up on the stairs, on the second floor landing, was a big metal fire door which Phil draped in curtains to make it look inviting. As you walked in, you were instantly charmed by the colourful Bordeaux wallpaper, the dim lights, the bars were also red, and there were beefcake posters.
Sounds great.
Yeah, which were quite popular in the 70s. Some of the favourites were, half-naked men laying on bearskin rugs. Which, yeah. I wish we had that
in London. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Maybe when we get more money.
Yeah.
Just turn it into.
Or we can just get like some temporary ones to just pin up.
That would be good.
Blue tack.
So I'm going to tell you a few memories from patrons who called the Upstairs home.
Yeah.
So Francis Dufresne remembers the first time he entered. Quote, I was scared the first time I walked in and everyone turned to look at you, he said. But he soon overcame that fear and would go regularly, especially for the beer bus Sundays. He said he felt, quote, really safe, which is so true. I mean, I remember going to my first gay club and being terrified. You know?
Terrified. I remember
I still am a bit every time. There's always like this archaic fear.
Yeah,
as soon as I'm in, I'm like, oh yeah, that's great.
And it's a pretty universal, I imagine, quite a universal experience to go by yourself for the first time.
Yeah. Because
you're not out, you're not telling anyone, you're going by yourself, which is already a relatively scary thing to do for anyone in any situation. So yeah, I was terrified the first time I went.
It's so scary. Where was the first game?
Birmingham. When I went to uni. Yeah, it was my fourth year of uni.
Wow.
I'd arrived in my house like 2 days before my friends who were coming. So I got to like bottles of cider, drank them, and decided to just go because I was like, I'm just going to have to go. And I got really lucky actually, in that like I met a guy there that I ended up seeing for a bit after the first time, and that was kind of really, it softened it a little. I didn't have to feel quite so stressed when I went. And also it was, I mean, for me as well, because at that point I was still like wasn't out to myself really.
Yeah.
So I think if I'd just gone to the gay bar, I'd still probably been able to convince myself that for a lot longer that I wasn't actually gay. But because I met him, I started to feel like romantic feelings for him. That was like a slap in the face where I couldn't actually.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me, like, obviously the physical thing has always been there, but that was weirdly easier to dismiss because I kind of just got used to it being a background thing. But whereas one person got involved and there was like romantic feelings involved, that was when it was like impossible to ignore anymore. So yeah, that's the first time I ever went to a gay bar that I met him. And, and it wasn't a great sort of relationship or anything like that, but it was really important.
Yeah,
like,
really important.
yeah,
They really are.
huge.
Mine, I think, was heaven.
Really?
Yeah, I think like when I was in year one of a master's degree, because I never went to a gay in France. Never went to a gay bar. There was one in Poitiers where I grew up called the George.
Yeah.
And yeah, I never went.
Heaven's a great, well, not so much now, but at the time.
At the time, it was 2016.
Yeah.
It was great, actually. I remember going in, I think it was Porn Idol on the first day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think a bag of chips was there before Drag Race, and everyone was fucking naked, and I was just like, this is great. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's such a shame that Heaven is like really straight now, because it used to be such like a statement of the London scene. I remember I used to love when people who like your experience, like people would come into London from out of town or wherever, and they'd just be shocked at the size of it. I remember there was one guy who he was Irish, and he came in and just said like, you could fit all of Dublin in here, because it was massive. Like, and he was so shocked that it was a gay bar, and it was
so true. It's massive. I haven't been in years, but as you said,
no, I've not been in a while.
Changed.
Yeah, it has changed. It closed for a bit.
Yes, after
the horrible bouncer, but I think it is open again.
Is that GAY? Or no, that's
they're owned by the same. GAY is also closed on Compton Street now as well.
Yes. God, it's not going well for Soho, is it?
No, Soho's really not going well.
Not going
which is such a shame, because I love Soho, and it's like such an easy place to get to. All the bars are walkable. Yeah. It should feel like Canal Street, but you think it used to, but it doesn't really anymore.
So, Stuart Butler, another patron, describes it almost more as a social club, a gathering of friends, than a bar. Stuart used to bring his little black shaggy-haired dog, Jocko, who would sit on a bar stool and drink a little bowl of milk and vodka.
Vodka?
Yeah!
Love.
I mean, it was the 70s, baby.
Yeah.
Even
Give it to him.
The drugs?
The drugs?
The dogs were doing drugs. Yeah. Little Jocko. Love
Oh,
that.
bless
Iconic.
him.
Imagine you.
Didn't live very long. Don't know why.
What?
Drunk.
Oh, well, yeah.
You're not supposed to give out vodka to dogs, I don't
No, I
think.
guess you're not. I'm like, huh?
Why? How did you know?
What? Regina, a white trans woman, said she met her first lover, Reginald Adams, at the Upstairs.
Another great name.
He was the first black man she'd ever seen, because New Orleans was still very segregated back then, and few bars let black and white people in. But the Upstairs was one of them. He bought her a drink, like in the movies, through the barman.
Love.
Yeah, they crossed eyes, and she said it was love at first sight. They decided to move in together, and Reggie, so Reginald, said, "You know you're going to lose some of your friends," because he was black. But Regina didn't care. She said, quote, "It didn't really matter who accepted us or who didn't. We wanted to be together, so we were going to be together."
Oh, bless them.
So beautiful.
You know, also the other day we were talking about, I think I was talking to you about if you're in a bar and someone's friend comes up to you and says, "My friend is into you."
Yeah.
I find that a massive turn off. It's not. But if that person is a barman giving you a drink that someone has ordered for you, I think that's for some reason that's so much better. Like, I would love that to happen. That'd be so cool.
Me too. That would be so cool.
Oh God.
Because it's the confusion, and then the guy, and you're like, "I didn't order this." He's like, "Yeah, but he did." Then you turn, and they're not your type.
I mean, that is probably what would happen.
Yeah. But you know, maybe you've had a few drinks before, and you think, "Fuck it."
Maybe he's laced it with something.
I'm in New Orleans. Maybe you wake up in another continent 3 days later.
Yeah.
So Regina said, we felt at home in the Upstairs Lounge, as a trans interracial couple back in the 70s.
Christ.
Brilliant. And so did many other queer New Orleaners. New Orleaners?
Maybe. There probably is a proper name.
Orleans.
I think it's like
New
Orleans or something.
New Orleaners. New Orleaners.
I said it. I made it up. I don't actually know. Norla? Is that thing?
Norla?
New Orleans? It's probably really offensive. I'm sorry. I've no
Write us in, Breaking
Tell
Bar
us what it is.
@gmail.com.
There'll be a name. They'll have a name.
They better. So Phil Steve and Buddy Rasmussen, the general manager and owner of a rather iconic name,
Thank you.
we said, went out of their way to create events that would bring people together. There was always something fun going on. So at the end of a, quote, beer bust, everyone would get into a circle, hold hands, and sing United We Stand, Divided We Fall, which was this popular 70s song from a band called The Brotherhood. I don't know it.
I don't know it.
It ain't my, it's not on my playlist, but great lyrics.
Yeah.
United we stand. No. Yeah. United we stand, divided we fall. I'm giving a disco vibe.
Yeah.
It's
It's about the right time. Oh, yeah. I don't think it'd be Christian when they went in.
Well.
Oh, okay.
Now.
Well, also, can we just circle back to the beer bust? It's been mentioned twice now.
Yes.
Do we know what that is?
Yeah, I think you just
Drink beer. No, there must be something more than that.
I don't really know what it is.
We'll make it up.
What would it best be for you?
You bring all your dogs, ply them with beer,
Yeah.
and then you drink beer,
Yeah.
and that's it.
No, I've got a better one.
Yeah, that ain't hard, is it?
You drink loads of beer cans, and then with the beer cans, you have to make a bust of someone that you love, and then you give it to them, a bit like the love letters at speed dating.
It'd be a long night, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, it's on a Sunday afternoon. It starts at 2 p.m. and it doesn't end till everyone fucks off.
I love that.
I
think that must be it.
Beer
We'll go
bust.
with that.
So the beer bust, the famous beer bust with the old Foster's cans. But now, across the country in California, 2 years earlier, 1968, something amazing was happening. A man, a reverend even, called Troy Perry, a gay man, founded the Metropolitan Community Church, or the MCC, which served the often neglected religious, spiritual, and social needs of LGBTQ+ people.
Excellent.
Throughout the early 70s, congregations of this church were appearing across the whole of the United States, including New Orleans. So, pretty cool. Sorry, I burped. So, pretty cool. In April of 1971, the, quote, Elysian Fields, like
Elysian, yeah.
Elysian, thank you. The Elysian Fields, which I guess that's what the Champs-Élysées mean.
That's when
Paris,
like
Champs-Élysées.
when warriors died in ancient Greece.
Yes, exactly.
Elysium, yeah.
So did you know the Champs-Élysées?
No, I didn't know that,
That
no.
means the Elysian Fields.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because then you go to the Arc de Triomphe at the end, the triumph, and I guess it's
yeah.
like Viking stuff. I don't know.
Greek.
But so it's the Elysian Fields parish of the MCC held their first meeting under the guidance of Reverend David Solomon, co-coordinator of the New Orleans chapter of the Gay Liberation Front. After struggling to find somewhere decent to hold meetings, Solomon declared that, quote, the Lord directed him to a theatre somewhere in the back of a bar in the French Quarter. And so, of course, it was the Upstairs Lounge. So I love that.
Yes.
It's just like, yeah, gay Jesus coming together.
Yeah, they have to sometimes.
He was like, there's a great bar you should go to.
There's beefcakes on the wall.
Yeah. There's Paul. There's all the apostles of beefcakes.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think so?
I'd go to a church like that.
Well, yeah.
Can you imagine? Sorry.
Fan him down a bit.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even put the heater on in here.
Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Deserves it. Ooh. Services would then be held in the third room of the bar at 7:30 p.m. free of charge every Sunday.
Can I ask an
evening.
annoying question
Yeah.
you might not know the answer to? How many rooms are in the bar so I can picture?
Okay, yeah. So I've seen it because of a documentary.
Oh, you have? Great.
Yeah. So basically, it's one of those. It's on the second floor.
Yep.
So you go up some stairs, and you come in.
Mm-hmm.
You come in this way. It's a long kind of rectangle.
Okay.
There's a bar to your left.
Yep.
Windows to your right that go over the street.
Right.
Long bar that way. Turn that way. There's a door, and then there's another room. So there's two kind of big rooms. So it's
Okay.
like a rectangle.
Who
and then
would
another room.
who would play her? in the London scene, if you were to pick a bar, what is the vibe? In my head, I'm imagining retro.
Yeah.
Like downstairs, upstairs,
Yeah.
and retro.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Except for it's one floor.
Yeah. But that kind of
It's
vibe.
bigger. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kate Bush posters everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
She hadn't released Wuthering Heights yet, but...
But yeah, that's kind of what we can...
Donna Summers. Yeah.
That kind of vibe.
Very much, yeah. That kind of cute. Red everywhere.
Yeah. Because retro is red, I think, as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's covered up in
It is.
pictures,
I love
but-
retro. We should
Yeah,
go
me
there
too.
again, actually. So yeah, they'd hold services there on a Sunday.
Like
Yeah,
church
like,
services?
Exactly. At 7:30 p.m. and Reverend Bill Larson and Associate Pastor Dwayne Mitch Mitchell, which I love Americans. They've always
This is
got-
mental.
they
There's
always
so
do.
many. Do you want some
I
more?
know. Yes, please.
Mitch Mitchell.
Dwayne Mitch Mitchell.
Dwayne Mitch Mitchell is
Bless
the
him.
most American name I've ever heard.
Why do they need?
Mitch Mitchell. I don't know.
Oh, maybe because his name's Dwayne Mitchell and people just called him Mitch.
That's probably what it was.
I need to preface that I actually saw this documentary and wrote this about 2 years ago.
There probably were some
it's like reading a
quotation
stranger.
marks in there. Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
touching yourself with your left hand.
Is it? You done that before?
No, I just
Waste
made
of
that
time.
on the yeah, true. Well, got two hands, got to use them. So, Mitch Mitchell. I wrote Mitch Mitchell. I don't think I got it then either.
I think you did.
Was described as a concerning, devoted, and loving person. He had a partner called Horace, and people said they were like two kids in love.
Oh.
So the routine would be church service in the third room. Liked you already. So there
Yes.
was a third room.
Yeah.
Followed by social meetings.
That
in
is
the
what
bar.
prompted the question, the third room.
Yeah.
When I said the third room, was how many rooms are there? You're like two.
Gotcha. Forgive me, Lord, for I have not reread myself.
Yes, don't you worry.
So the routine, would be a church service in the famous third room, followed by social meetings in the bar at their beer bust events, where they would famously sculpt
The bust from the Foster
bust.
can.
Yes, exactly. Did Foster exist back then?
Oh, did Australia exist back then?
Very good
Well,
question.
it definitely
I would
might
say
have.
no.
Sorry, did colonized Australia exist back then? Yes. In the 70s? Oh, yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget, because the last one was so old.
Yeah, I know. We've
That's
just
why
come-
my brain is so
This
in
is
that era.
pretty
Apologies to
recent.
Australia.
This might be the most recent Breaking Bad I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah. But not everyone in the gay community understood or appreciated a gay church being inside a gay bar.
I can understand that.
I can understand that too. I mean, I wasn't baptized or not religious, but I can get that, especially at the time, very much.
Yeah, I would struggle a bit now. I wouldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't necessarily kick off about it.
No.
But it might change how regularly I went somewhere, because I would just get the vibe that.
Yeah.
Because the judgment and religion just goes so, it's like an immediate association that I think gay people have.
Yeah.
So in a place that's meant to be a safe, and again, meant to be a safe space for everyone. So,
Well,
for
I
religious
think
gay
that's
people.
right there. That's the nail on the head. I think these days, because we're not as persecuted, we can find community with straight people too. We can be out. You know,
Yeah.
these are people. They have. A lot of them aren't out. They have no community whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think religion, especially back in the day, didn't have social media, didn't have blogs.
Yeah.
Religion was the place people went and made friends, the straight world. And so
Yeah.
I think that's why they really wanted to have their own version of that, and it felt important to them.
Yeah, and I think America's always had a slightly different
Yeah, they're
relationship
very
with
religious. They're like-
religion than we have.
They're very like
Yeah.
God we trust. But so because
Mitch
of this,
Mitchell.
yeah,
God
Mitch
we trust.
Mitchell, and Jesus Christ. Because of this, after months of saving, the congregation left the third room of the upstairs lounge and managed to lease their own house, which they turned into a place of worship. But while services were no longer held at the building, the congregation continued their tradition of attending the beer bust events after church. which
I mean, that is a good.
nice.
That says to me they're quite a fun church. To be fair,
Yeah.
If the after church social is a beer bust, well,
That's pretty.
that's pretty fun.
Yeah, they lay down with God, you know, like in that.
Also, you said that after would you say after all their saving? After
Yeah.
saving, I thought you meant like souls.
Me too. Well, again, I was like, I was like,
tallying them all up.
because of this, after months of saving.
Months of
I'm like,
saving.
yeah, saving money.
Money.
Makes sense. But they're like, we saved 10,000 souls, guys. We can get our new place. I think that's why.
It's like a Hallmark movie, you know, when they have to like do a certain thing.
And then they get...
There's one really specific, There's one really specific Hallmark Christmas one. It's called like oh my God. It's God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen with the strippers. Have you seen that? It was on Netflix and they have to earn a certain amount of money to save the bar.
Is this new?
Last year, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And they did it by stripping and earning money, and she was like doing a tally on the wall.
Oh, wow.
So that's what made me think of it.
Gotcha. No, love it.
Yeah, I don't know where that connection came from.
Well, yeah, tallying the souls out.
Yeah.
In the Book of Dead. That's Egyptian. So this proved no different on Sunday, June 24th, 1973, when our story takes a tragic turn. So this is where we go.
Oh, blimey. Should we have a little drink to kind of gird our loins?
Yeah. So I thought, I'd give you a bit of
levity to start with, to make it more painful when it goes wrong.
Yeah, I think so. And actually rereading this, I've cried before, so I might cry, but I'll try and get through it.
Don't judge me if I don't. There's too many people watching.
It's all right. Oh, yeah, true.
Thousands of them.
But that'll get better viewing stuff.
Oh, yeah, oh my God.
So, a word of warning that there will be some mentions of death, although I've mainly taken most of the graphic descriptions out, but still, listener discretion is advised. So, we're back. It's that hot, sweaty Sunday evening in June. Local patrons and church attendees are drinking, and barman Buddy Rasmussen is suddenly distracted by the delivery bell on the ground floor below, buzzing and buzzing. He asks Luther Boggs, who was sat closest to the door, to see what was going on. Luther headed to the door, turned the handle, and suddenly huge flames and smoke leapt into the bar. Quote, all of a sudden people went from laughing to screaming, Francis Dufresne recalls, as in just seconds fire leapt to the curtains and even began lifting the carpet up.
God.
Quote, the carpet was on fire and began floating up. Flames were just swirling all around me in the air, Ricky Everett remembers. In the pandemonium, many who were under the influence rushed to the nearby windows, thinking this would be a quick exit. Francis Dufresne was one of them. He rushed to a window, managed to get through the bars on the outside, and jumped to the streets below. Quote, people who had jumped before me blocked my fall, and I woke up in a hospital.
Oh, God.
Luther, who we began our story with, the one who went and opened the door, was closest to the door at the bar with a friend called Jean Gosnell. As the flames rushed in and began to burn the pair, Luther ended up pushing her through the window onto the fire exit. She broke a couple of her teeth as she went through the window. Luther screamed, I'm burning, Jean, help me.
Oh, God.
She tried to beat out the flames. Luther jumped into the street below, and Jean ran up the fire escape to the third floor, where she waited until fire brigades rescued her. So she got out. Soon, though, the fire would be so strong that the fire exit Luther and Jean used to escape would be cut off in seconds.
God.
So they were like the last people to be able to use that. I mean, can you think, like, if it happened, it's like that.
I'm always so surprised how quickly these things happen, though.
Me too. And I think that's what's really scary about fire. Like,
Yeah.
you've never been in it unless,
No, and I
very
think I
rare.
always have this idea that it's a relatively slow process, really.
Yeah, even the idea of, opening the door and the flames leaping into it, you kind of think, doesn't it have to, go through the air because the
it's so hot. Yeah.
It's so hot. Mm. Yeah, it's awful. A man remembers being the last to make it out through that exit. He looked back up as he landed on the floor and saw his friend who was following couldn't get out. 2 bodies were later found by the fire exit.
God.
Buddy Rasmussen, the barman and general manager, had been in the fire division and the Navy. As soon as he saw the flames, he ended up leading about 20 people up through the second room of the bar, which is amazing. Just being able to be okay, let's go, and possibly saving 20 people. Ricky Everett, who was one of those 20 people, said that Buddy ultimately saved his life. As he was walking out to what he hoped was safety, he saw the associate pastor, Mitch Mitchell, running back towards the flames in the opposite direction. His lover, Horace, was still inside and hadn't made it out.
Oh, God.
Later, the FBI would find both of their remains together.
Ah.
Ricky Everett managed to get onto the roof and from there climb into a neighbouring apartment where people were being ushered down to safety. Regina Adams and her lover Reginald had been at the beer bus that evening. They were going to invite Buddy Rasmussen and his partner Adam Fontenot to dinner, but didn't have any cash, so she ran home to get her checkbook.
Oh, wow.
On her way back, she remembers walking down the street and seeing all the commotion. As she approached, a policeman told her she couldn't get any closer. She told the officer that she was meeting her lover Reginald at the bar, and he said, quote, "I'm sorry, ma'am, that place is on fire." She hadn't been more than 10 minutes.
My God, that's what I mean about the speed. Like, I don't know. I'm sure we'll get into...
Yes, I will let you know. She remembers how Reginald had insisted he should go, but she said, "No, you can buy me a fresh drink when I'm back."
Oh.
So sad. She began desperately looking through the crowd of survivors, but couldn't see him. The body of Reverend Bill Larson was found hanging halfway out the window. He tried to escape, but the bars on the windows to stop people from falling had ultimately caused his death.
God.
And in the documentary, you actually see they couldn't get rid of his body for 4 hours.
Oh, really?
And so he was literally hanging there. You could see it from the street. I saw it. It's
God.
awful. Yeah, really. So underneath the windows, still inside, 23 more bodies were found stacked on top of each other as people had tried to get out. So it's really, really horrific. And there was more details I took out, but... Buddy Rasmussen, who got out and managed to save many people, remembers looking up and seeing his boyfriend Adam Fontenot still sitting on the bar stool, waving his hands about, until a blast of water from the fire brigade knocked him off his stool.
So what happened?
So the survivors are on the street. They're looking in. They're really big windows you could see through.
Yeah.
He saw his partner on a bar stool waving to say, "I'm here."
Oh, I see.
And then the fire brigade were trying to put the water out with the fire and knocked him off the stool. So he just like disappeared.
Oh,
And that's the last time I saw him.
really?
Yeah. So actually the first... so this is a picture of it while it was happening.
Jesus, yeah.
So it's a corner building, as you can see.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Bless him. Despite the horrific scenes unfolding, first responders quickly got into action. As well as the fire brigade attempting to put out the inferno, volunteers from the Red Cross began treating people's burns and sending them to the hospital. Reporter Clancy Dubois, or Dubois, but I think it's Dubois, for the Times Picayune, was dispatched to the hospital and remembers hearing men howling from pain. The nurses and resident doctors were hustling, he says, yelling here and there, but they were racing against the clock to try and save however many people they could. Luther Boggs, the first guy, he was in hospital for weeks, and despite his high spirits and hope to survive, his burns were just too much and he later died.
God.
Meanwhile, Regina was still desperately searching for her lover Reginald. Survivors told her they had seen him near the piano area. It was then discovered that whoever was near the piano had not survived and had burned to a point of no recognition.
Blimey.
Really awful. Quickly, news of the New Orleans Inferno reached Reverend Troy Perry, the guy who set up the gay Christian thing, in Los Angeles. When he found out, his heart sank. In January of the same year, an arsonist had torched the MCC Mother Church in LA. 3 months later, the MCC meeting place in Nashville, Tennessee, was set on fire, and while no one was injured during these attacks, no one was arrested. It was the third fire in 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, I think fires do spread quickly, but that sound seemed unnaturally...
Yeah, so... Yeah, I wouldn't just be telling it if it was...
No, of course.
just a whole awful traffic thing. So, in total, including people who didn't survive their burns, 32 people were killed that Sunday evening,
God.
Making the Upstairs Inferno massacre one of the deadliest acts of violence against the LGBTQ plus community in American history at the time, and remained such until the shooting at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando claimed 49 lives in 2016. So there'll be no more description of burns or deaths in this next part, so we can take a breather, but I thought it was important to kind of share the last moments of these people who, you know, especially, your sadness may soon turn to rage. So in the first articles published on the fire the next day, Mayor Henry Morris was quoted as saying that the victims were in a bar frequented by, quote, thieves, burglars, and queers.
Oh, Christ. These are, obviously it's all awful.
Yeah.
But I've got a sense of where this is going to go. And that almost makes me angrier than the perpetrator in some way. Because I think that's one mental person who we don't know, like clearly unhinged, clearly despicable, but like so isolated. Whereas when it's like the press, the mayor, people who are supposed to represent people, that's when it's just like
a tragedy happens and you can't find any compassion in your soul.
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's why we've mentioned Pulse, but I think a time when it really hit home for me was when the people who were in the bar who survived couldn't donate blood to the people who had been shot because of the gay laws around
it's ridiculous
blood donation.
It's really so members of the MCC Church went to hold a press conference to defend their dead. This was the first time that New Orleans ever had homosexuals willing to talk to TV crews in broad daylight. And so Troy Parry, founder of the MCC, tried to put the story straight. These are somebody's mothers, daughters, fathers, and sons who were burned to death. But sadly, the reaction to the event spoke to the homophobia that was rampant in society at the time. I will not repeat the jokes that were made because, frankly, they're disgusting. I'll tell you,
I don't want to hear
maybe. No, you don't. But
you can tell me later.
I'll tell you off record. But bigots at the time did make jokes about these people's deaths.
Yeah.
Like people actually made jokes about them.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's just it's fucking awful.
No. So
I just can't imagine how angry you would be. Like, I don't know what I would do when I kind of try and envision myself in that situation.
Yeah.
If they're people that I knew, I just have no idea how I would be able to contain. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. I can understand why people are driven to acts of like violent protest and things because you'd feel, especially then, you'd feel the people who are supposed to be protecting or representing you in society, like you feel so helpless, but then that would just lead to you'd have no outlet for the anger. I don't know what I would do.
You wouldn't. It's just ridiculous. And these poor people, like, that's the thing, because of the homophobia that was rampant within like the day that it happened, people who were part of the community but hadn't been there and survived, but who like knew people who'd been killed, they just had to go to work the next day. They couldn't talk about
yeah, of course.
Couldn't they? They couldn't be like my best friend. It's like if I was in there and you and
pick someone else. Joking.
No,
definitely. It's awful. That's an element of
secret life that they have to have.
An element of not consider. But I've never considered that in general. Like beyond like direct homophobic attacks, but just like people's partners dying, like during AIDS and things, and not being able to actually say why you're heartbroken.
You know, when I was like, should I do this story or not? Because it's really bad. I thought, well, it's like all the AIDS stories. Like, I knew you.
I love.
You love them because love.
Love is strange, but I do have a. I think it's so important to remember.
Well, it's because it's the same as we said last episode with Alexander Humboldt. It's our history.
It is, yeah, exactly, and it needs to be,
history.
And it's not remembered in the way that it should be.
No,
it's not like revered or talked about in the way that it should be. So I feel like when I read these stories and listen, that I'm doing, because you would if it was your, like, if you were part of a specific, I don't know, a specific culture, and these things, this tragedy had happened to your culture, you would know about it. It'd be passed down. Your family would talk about it. Your nan would tell you the story, like who their ancestors told it. So I think I feel an obligation to do that.
Yeah, and it's like almost giving them compassion, like 40 years later. It's being like, it's sending the love back their way.
Yeah, so like even small things, I think I told you before, like every time I take prep, I always try and think like how much led to this point, well, like how much pain and tragedy led to that point.
Yeah, me too.
How many people like would have given anything to be able to just take a pill that would prevent them from getting HIV. Like
first time I got put on prep and got prep, I cried in the waiting room because again it was like this nod to all the ancestors that kind of, if they'd just been able to have this, it would have completely saved their life.
Yeah. But I think in a way that is the appropriate reaction to have. The fact that,
sure.
I mean, lots of people have grown up with the fear of HIV, but I think that's the only thing that government or anyone ever instilled in anyone was just that fear. Like, it wasn't actually, this was a tragedy that befell a whole people, like, and now we've overcome that. So it's a massively triumphant thing. It's like, and individual, I said, that's my only experience of it was a very selfish view, a very selfish perspective of, I'm scared of getting AIDS. I'm scared of getting HIV, which is going to become AIDS. I'm scared of that, which is a very legitimate fear and is not a nice way to grow up, but that shouldn't be the only, like, your view of a tragedy should not be solely a selfish view. It needs to be beyond that. So the fact that that isn't more of a incredible thing that people think about, I think it just goes to show about like the culture around tragedies like this. Like, not to keep going on about it, but I remember when I was telling some friends who definitely will not listen, so it's fine, straight friends, they, at the time I don't know how I started talking about it.
We accept straight people do, just to say.
I know we do, no, but like, they're just not, that maybe straight isn't, no, I know that straight people listen, but they're just not, when I tell this story, you'll be able to understand why.
Okay.
They had no idea, we were talking about PrEP, I think, I can't remember what the context was. And I said like, oh yeah, I take that. And they're like, oh, why? It's like, because I'm gay. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, I'm much more likely to get HIV because I'm gay. They had no idea.
What the hell?
Where
the fuck have you been living?
That's what I mean. They had
Norfolk?
They did, yeah. But they had, and I do blame them a little bit, but they had no idea. They had no idea that gay men were more susceptible for HIV. And I'm like, how can you not know?
That's mad, because I have a lot of friends who don't know about PrEP, and they're like, I didn't know that. Like,
which
and
is
that's
fine.
already, I'm like, guys, and that pisses me off. We went through decades of, when it was killing us, it was all the headline news. Now that we have a medicine, I'm always pitching this. I'm like, as a journalist, I'm like, this is what we need to be doing. We need to tell the good stories about it too. But the fact they didn't even know the link. They didn't know.
That's what I mean. So it's not that they were straight. It's that they're not particularly informed about, like, don't worry about lost history. Actual, widely known history. They're maybe not. Jesus. If you recognise yourself from this, I apologise.
Yes, but
educate yourself.
Go and watch a few documentaries, darling.
Tangent, but
I'm
important.
Talking about Avengers.
So nailed them there, spot on.
Yeah, right? Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Infinity Stone.
Yeah. Break. We are for continuity.
We will.
Jesus.
Sorry.
We'll do it again. Like I said, there is something disproportionately funny that I found out about that noise.
Really?
Yeah, I find it really funny when people do like really exaggerated.
I love doing that. Well, that's me in a nutshell.
I find it hilarious.
We're back.
In case
you hadn't noticed. Cheers.
Oh, cheers again. Yes, cheers. Oh, lovely. Hear it?
That was a G sharp. Oh, that was a D. No, I'm doing.
Oh, yours is different. Yours
is
flat.
Remember when I was?
Mine's lovely.
What's that noise I can do that you loved?
You didn't have one.
Yeah, it was. No, it was like.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was like I don't know what it was, but it wasn't either of those things.
I did it and it made you laugh.
I did this.
No, but I did.
It's like a boing. I don't know. No.
Yeah, I did a.
No, it wasn't either of those because none of them are funny. Can you do the hollow head thing?
That's actually baldest.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
really
it'd be better. You can, yeah.
I don't know. I remember I could do something really funny. Can't you? When we were having the when we had the horror film night. Well,
kind of. Yeah.
What? And I did like a sound, and you were like, "I'm obsessed with that." No.
Well, do it for me.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Well, me neither.
No.
No, it definitely wasn't that.
Oh, no.
You're just testing any single noise your mouth can make.
Just trying anything.
Another noise that was it.
Maybe it's just.
I think it could have been that. No, but noise that I love. So to get, I think it's a Brazilian thing, but to get my attention or to get people's attention in Brazil, my husband does, and it's really surprisingly it carries far. It's surprisingly effective.
Yeah. Like a cat. Like
No, but it's kind of like a cat. Because cat is.
it's like a cat with a little laser gun.
Yeah, so like, and it's because no one else makes that noise. So it's really effective if you're like in a room with lots of people and I want to get his attention and I want to be like, "Oi!" or "Bitch!" or "Renato."
Yeah.
I'll say,
That's
and
cute.
we'll instantly know.
That's really cute.
And I also love the noise.
And I just do the noise that I haven't figured out what it is.
Well,
yet.
when you figure out, when we're
I'll add it
in
back
the middle
in.
of a harrowing quote from someone,
Literally.
you'll be like, "Oh,
Wait, was it that?
no, I just
No.
did that. We had this conversation." Christ.
Let's go back to the tragedy.
Here we go. Scented present. How even we get into it? We need to like gradually lower ourselves back down.
We will, because we're going into first a correction corner of myself.
Oh.
Earlier, I mentioned a major who said like, "Oh, it's a bar full of thieves and queers and stuff," and I called him Mayor Henry something.
You did say Mayor.
but it was written Major, and my Prosecco brain went, "I think it's the Mayor." So I called him the Mayor, but he was a major. So
Why
what
was
does
he
that
talking?
mean?
Why was he commenting on it then?
Don't know.
Keep your opinions to yourself. What did you say?
Yeah, Fox News. I said, I don't know.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
he'll no,
Maybe.
probably not. But it was probably a talking head
Major
in the
Tom.
newspaper. Major
Ground
Henry.
control to Major Prick.
But I say this because after the fire, neither Governor Edwin Edwards, another name like
What is with Mitch and Edward and Edward?
Edwin Edwards.
To be fair, Mitch, we think might be author error
yeah,
on your behalf. We don't know.
yeah. No.
Edwin, whatever it is
Edwin
not.
Edwards.
And I also noticed Regina and Reginald.
Yeah, beautiful.
Lovely.
They're really nice.
Made in
What-
heaven.
Edwin Edwards, nor Mayor Moon Landrieu.
No, stop. No, this is a serious podcast.
I know it
You
is.
can't be throwing in fake names.
No, it's true. Look, Mayor Moon Landrieu.
Oh yeah, bloody hell.
And in French, you'd say Landrieu, but I think it would be Mayor Moon Landrieu.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we'll go with that, yeah.
Nor the Reverend. So this is negative him, negative them,
Yeah.
negative.
None of these people.
None of these people have,
Okay.
including the Reverend of the Catholic
With their
Church.
stupid names.
There refused to acknowledge the suffering or the deaths of the people who died. Like awful. Like if something had happened, like a big thing. We panic now. Yeah, because I guess last episode it cut out, and if you watched last episode's visuals,
It was only you, wasn't it?
it's just me, so they got the pretty boy after for the last 20 minutes. Anyway, back to the awful people. So they refused to acknowledge the suffering or the death, like to think of such a tragedy of 32 people, and they didn't even acknowledge it. Many people believe they thought it was an unnecessary risk to their political career.
Pathetic.
All three were repeatedly called to issue statements, but they never did. 8 months prior to the Upstairs fire, there were two major fire-related tragedies in New Orleans. Although both tragedies had less victims, 6 and 10 respectively, the mayor and governor and reverend issued statement after statement about the tragedies and declared a day of mourning for the city. So here it's not even just actually not doing anything. It's like it's actually the absence of doing anything it's even worse because
Yeah.
it's showing
And it's fucking spineless.
Spineless.
And also,
and spiteful.
and how do you... If it was, I mean, obviously we live in a different time, but if it was me and I had relatives that died in one of these other fires, I'd be like, well, this is completely disingenuous. The only reason you're saying this is to benefit your political career. Like, it's nothing to do with what you think about my relatives. Because if it was,
yeah.
your grief and your, like, remembrance wouldn't be couched in this political...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this political statement, like, it's complete... That's a complete joke.
And transparent. It's
Yeah,
completely
exactly. It's
transparent.
completely transparent. It's pathetic.
So, as you mentioned there, the survivors' families, let's get into them.
Oh, God.
So, Jamie Warren lost 3 members of his family in the Upstairs Inferno.
Jesus.
His grandmother, Inez Warren, and his uncles, Eddie and James Warren.
So were they allies? Were they gay or were they...
It could have been...
I hope they were allies. That'd be so cool. Oh, a big gay family, also great.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Whichever is also... That's such
Yeah. Grandmother could have been a lesbian.
Oh, yeah.
Had 2 gay sons.
I think being able to bring your nan to a gay bar would be
Oh my God,
the most fun thing I can
I'd love
possibly
it. Oh,
imagine.
my nanny Pat, she would definitely come.
My nan would have
Oh
loved
my
it.
God, my nan would love it. Oh.
Oh, that's so sad.
Period.
That was so cool. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that has never crossed my mind as a possibility that could happen.
No. And that
And now
happened
that,
in the 70s.
yeah, now that like has been made light to me.
I think that shows how beautiful the Upstairs Lounge
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
That they could,
And also, a nan in a gay bar, she is going to have, people are going to be obsessed with her.
She was the iconic.
Like,
yeah.
she wouldn't be left alone for one
No, she
second.
wouldn't. I'm imagining like Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't mind.
Anyone.
But like I said to you, if there's one demographic of person that I immediately know that I'm going to love and get on with, it's women over 60.
Yeah, obviously.
It's
Always,
just, I think
all
it's
the time.
a very common thing for gay men as well. It's something about it that I just like,
Yeah,
just love.
they're the best. So Jamie Warren quoted saying, "The non-acknowledgement was like a slap in the face to every family member." Mitch Mitchell and Horace, who both died together, remember Mitch Mitchell, he ran back to get in Horace. Both had young sons at the time.
Oh, Christ.
This is really sad. I'm trying to not cry, but that evening they dropped off their children at a local cinema and told them they would get drinks and go to a meeting and would be back to get them by the time the film had finished. So their sons Dwayne and Stephen Mitchell would never be picked up by their dads.
Christ.
They remember watching the film over and over again for hours until finally they were taken home.
God.
No one told the sons what happened to their dads for a whole week.
Really?
They were just dropped off at their mother's home with no information. How traumatizing. And in the documentary, you see one of them, Dwayne or Stephen, talking about that, and oh my God, my heart. Like, as you can imagine, I cried throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's really sad.
But it's also the extra layer there because I assume, the very fact that they were hesitant to tell the sons implies that it was a shameful thing that they didn't want to tell them.
Yeah.
So the way that it was relayed would have been, your dad died, but even worse, he was gay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's not the
exactly.
fact that the information was withheld. It was,
he died in a gay bar.
yeah, they didn't. They wanted to save him from that idea.
That idea. And that's the beautiful thing, is that like Shane and Dane? Sorry.
Stop. I've been trying so hard this whole time. It's like a genuinely an awful story, but the names are ridiculous, and it's really hard. And when you keep adding Shane and Dwayne into the
It's
mix,
not Shane and
it's
Dwayne.
not helping me.
I'm sorry, it's Dwayne.
Ed and Edwin, Mitch, and
No.
Horace. It's too much.
It's too much.
Regina and Reginald.
It's Dwayne and Stephen.
Thank you.
Um,
That was one name a minute ago. Dwayne Stephen, wasn't it?
no. No. Dwayne and Stephen Mitchell. So they're the two young sons.
Christ. Okay, so it's not appropriate to be laughing at, but it's your own
No,
fault.
it's
Your
not
fault.
appropriate. It's my fault. We can take this out anyway.
No,
but-
I'll keep it as funny.
Okay.
Because it's like we're not laughing at them. It's
No,
just
of course
that-
not. We're laughing at us.
Yeah, exactly.
But first of all, love that Mitch Mitchell and Horace both had sons with previous partners.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he, especially in the documentary, I haven't written it down, but I remember now, he talked a lot about how, when I met, he became my stepdad and I loved him. And then I got a new brother and that was great. And they really had this family where they lived together because both moms were kind of out of the picture slightly or something
And then I
like
kind of
that.
retract my previous statement a bit then, because if the sons knew that dad was gay, then
Yeah.
so then
No,
what I
but
said
it's just they didn't want to tell them
but
any
yes, at
information, but they knew that they were gay.
least- yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
But that's ridiculous. Then
It's
to not even
ridiculous.
tell them. That's
It's
even
really
fucking
bad.
worse.
So yeah, they kind of in the doc as well. One of the sons is like just talking about how I lost a dad and I would just wish I loved him, and there was obviously no homophobia, and it's that thing of made me think of my little brother Eden was I was 12 when he was born, and I remember kind of he just grew up with not that homophobia because I had a boyfriend when I was 18, so he was about 4 or 5, and me and my ex used to take him to the playground, and it was just always that. And now he's 19, Hayden, and he's 19, and he's just the cutest boy, and I'm like, for God's sake,
Well, exactly.
it's learned.
It's 100% learned. It's completely. They wouldn't have to be so fucking aggressively put upon people if it wasn't learned.
Well, yeah.
And if it was, if it wasn't learned, then if you needed to keep reinforcing the message, which obviously is what is needed, like kids, they don't know, they don't care,
they don't care. They just want to be loved, and they want someone
and they're
to
just
look
like,
after
okay,
them.
they don't know anything, they know nothing,
No,
they don't know like anything about the world, and then we have to just teach them, and then you can just see it. Like, I'm just rambling now, but yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like,
it's awful. It's really sad. And so here you had a community that was in deep pain, and no one seemingly cared.
Half the course, I think, part of the course a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is horrible to say, but I think,
It's really bad. So immediately afterwards, a man named...
Oh, God, please. No, I can't. I don't know if I can hear it. His name was John Smith. What was his name? No, Christ, what was his name? No.
Bill Richardson.
Okay, it's not too bad.
Still two names.
Yeah, Bill Rich. Yeah, that's okay.
Bill Richardson.
I can deal with that. No,
Sorry, okay, you can deal with that one.
I can deal with that one.
Okay, so immediately afterwards, a man named Bishop
Oh, Christ.
Bishop Bill Richardson of the St. George Episcopal Church.
Christ.
So a straight church, and I put STRA right at the bottom.
Oh yeah, he did. It's very cash.
Yeah, that was me. I was
Breaking Bad.
We're Breaking Bad. So a straight church. So Bishop of a straight church let them have a small memorial service in his chapel. Yeah, but
it's good. Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah. In the aftermath of the event, soon after, he received criticism from other members of his church, but he didn't care. And in a public letter he wrote, he said, anyone who was opposed to this was acting in a non-Christian way.
What do people think? Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, what do people think their religion is?
I don't fucking...
It's a can of worms.
This is another whole episode.
Well, it's what it is. Like, well, I was going to say, can you read? But I think the answer is often no. But what do people tell them? Like, what do you...
Love thy neighbor. Like,
how do you fucking...
welcome your strangers. I mean, it's
love
just
all... terrible as that is, they don't even do that.
I mean, if you take what my view of religion is, that it was like a way to kind of be like, here's some social things that we kind of need to do, and we'll just, say there's a God who does it, so that everyone kind of is nice to each other. They're not doing that at all. Like, there's not one thing, and yet so much.
Yeah, but it's not even like a relatively top level abstract. What is the purpose of religion? It's like specifically, the person that you worship says, do these things, and they're like, nah.
They're like, no, but he meant do it for people who look like me.
Do it for people who are rich
and white.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Straight.
Which he was none of those things.
No, he was not.
He might be straight.
Well,
have you seen that Instagram?
Breaking Bad episode 10? Jesus Christ was queer.
No, but there's an Instagram. I've just sent it to you, and she's like, I think her name is. I can give her a shout out. Rachel McConnell or something. I think she had pronouns as she, but an amazing comedian, really funny. And she does this bit about if Jesus was straight or gay, and like she was like, if Jesus was straight, he would not be like this on the cross.
Yeah, it's so true.
And I was, yeah, exactly.
We all know that going to the gym and working out is for the male gaze.
Yeah, but
you don't do it for yourself. You do it for other men.
But
Jesus' abs.
Yeah, exactly.
What Christian was like, we're going to give him a 6-pack.
No, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. What's he been doing?
What's he... Crunches?
Carpentry?
Oh. Do you think he did crunches all the time then? To get that? Because...
Well, he must have done. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It must have been intentional.
He was like, I eat no fat, no carbs.
No, just loaves and fish.
Loads of fish. Well, 500. Is it?
Yeah.
Feed the.
Well, 500. It's the new gym meal plan.
Oh yeah, feed the 500. It's like a Hello
Fish and loaves and nothing else.
With your Jesus box,
exactly.
Get abs in. I shouldn't 20 days. How many days? Like, it's a religious day. 12 days of Christmas.
Lent. How long's Lent?
Don't know, but it's Ramadan on Thursday. MashaAllah.
Oh, excellent. Well,
Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the
you're timing yourself now, though. People are going to know
by the moon
how long it fucking takes to come out.
Well, it will, because I asked you how Valentine's Day was.
Oh yeah, true.
And I also said it's for Queer History Month.
But at least that's a month. But
Yeah,
it's February, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but that means I've got to get it on the next 2 weeks. It will be out by then, inshallah.
Let's see.
Let's see. Okay, back to the story. So, yeah, anyone who's acting like a cunt is a non-Christian.
Did you write that down? Is that what it says?
No, I'm ad-libbing now.
Oh, lovely.
So soon the MCC set up a fundraiser to help survivors, from medical costs to burial costs, and soon gay organisations across the nation's cities began chipping in.
Well,
this is where we get into the good part.
And also, I was hesitant to.
Oh, you hesitant?
I'm always very hesitant. To full-throatedly endorse the MCC.
Excuse me.
That's the saying. People say that.
Interesting choice of words, but please do go on.
The MCC, but they've been bloody good.
No, we love the MCC.
They've been bloody good.
They can convert me.
Yeah, they could.
I mean, no, they're really good. No,
but they genuinely are. They genuinely, I think.
Troy Parry, Reverend from LA, from the get-go.
And Mitch Mitchell.
Yeah.
Wasn't he one? He was one of them.
Yeah, he's died now.
No, I know that, but he was he was involved with the
yeah,
MCC.
yeah. And Dwayne.
Stop. You'll leave it. there were lots of them there, but yeah, genuinely like the fundraising and the services in the actual bar and things. So it just goes to show some people interpret scripture correctly.
Yeah, exactly. And good to them. May God bless them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. So soon the MCC set up a fundraiser, as said, but the Reverend Troy Parry wanted to hold a bigger memorial and funeral service, big enough to hold all the families of the victims, and called church after church, with some laughing in his face and others saying they don't take aliens.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? What sort of church are you? Of course you fucking do. That's what church is.
I know. What? And I think they mean aliens because some are like a Episcopal one, a Baptist, and a but fucking who cares? Like Jesus Christ. If you like Jesus Christ, like Jesus Christ. If you like Jesus Christ,
like Jesus Christ.
No matter what kind of, it's like the vegan option, the gluten option. Yeah, the nomination.
Yeah, exactly.
So
can you tell the alcohol's kicking a bit?
Yeah. Guys, it's giving episode 1 Madame Jingxi.
We're getting there. What happened all of a sudden? We had that break because the emotions sort of built up.
And I think you pee some out and some get more room into the bloodstream.
Yeah,
that's science.
Yeah,
sure. So aliens. Area 51. In the end, one church agreed to host a memorial service at St. Mark's Methodist Church on Sunday, July 1st. Name
my birthday.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, 3rd of July.
Just say really? It's rude.
Little Cancer. You're such a Cancer.
What a horrible thing to say.
He is. He's an emotional wreck. So on Sunday, July the 1st, barely a week after the tragedy. This is only a week after the tragedy. A funeral memorial was held. Reverend Troy Parry preached this at the service. I got the whole quote.
Oh, God, all right.
Our friends will always have respect because they'll forever be in our hearts. The memory of our loved ones is so visible that I can almost feel their presence. If they could speak, they would tell us, hold your heads high. News reporters had gathered in front of the church, so Parry told people if they didn't want to be seen, because again, not a lot of people were out in this time, they could leave by a side door. And when he said this, he remembers a woman screamed, "No, I came in from the front door. I'll leave by the front door." Despite the risk, I've got shivers, despite the risk of being identified as a member or an ally of the LGBTQ plus community, not one person left by the side door.
I love that.
I love it so much.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful, and I think that is the bit where I was like, I want to tell this story. Actually,
and I think it's such a. I think we've talked about it before about how coming out is so much easier when you have someone that you like. When I first had a partner or boyfriend, it's like I can be ashamed of myself, but I'm not going to be ashamed of him. So I can come out that you kind of get the strength from that. And I think there's nothing.
That's beautiful, because we shouldn't be ashamed from love.
No, but that's exactly what I'm saying.
Because true love only makes you feel good.
Yeah, and like in this situation here, like kind of the affront to the victim's humanity and like her kind of rage about that was like, I'm not gonna be ashamed anymore. And like that's just such a sign.
Beautiful.
That everything everyone's saying about being a negative thing is just complete. Obviously, we already know that, but the fact that the kind of the rebellion against the system is most strong when you're like actively defending someone and you're like because of love. So like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like,
of course.
If that is the case, how can you ever think it's a fucking bad thing in the first place? Like,
oh God,
these people are just so energized by that connection and by that love to kind of be like, fuck everything you've said is complete bullshit. And the fact that people can't see that makes me furious.
But it also makes me think maybe they've never known real love.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Because as you said, it's so easier to forgive someone else than it is to forgive yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
And to, again, like, it's that, well, I put myself down, but like, you can't put my friend down, even if it's the same thing. I think that's very true.
But that's what I mean, like, and I think that's what is probably happening there. Like, if these people were I don't know, just a normal night or something different that wasn't so grounded in that connection and love, they may not have had the strength to go outside the front door. They may have gone out the side door. But the fact that they derived their strength from that love, I think it just underpins. That's what it all is. That's all it is people being in love with people.
It is. Yeah.
And it's just, but that is at the core of it. That's all it fucking is.
That's what being gay is, baby.
Well, exactly.
Also, I love derived.
Derived. I was thinking about the other day because I said it and like derive. Why is it not derive and derove?
Girl. So, 3 victims of the fire were never identified, and a 4th victim was identified as Faris Leblanc, but was never claimed. So, under local laws, unclaimed bodies must be buried under the category of indigent and unclaimed. And so the 4 bodies were buried in the New Orleans Pauper Cemetery without a service. The MCC offered to pay for a dignified burial, but as the church had no legal ties to the victims, the city would not allow it. Today, it's an abandoned plot of land that bears no resemblance whatsoever to a cemetery at all. There are no grave markers indicating it's the final resting place for countless souls. What the fuck?
Why?
Like, you have an organisation, by the law, no one claimed them. So they obviously found his, like, wallet or something. So Faris Leblanc was like, and they were like,
but
bam.
Like, and again, I'm not trying to compare tragedies, but think about all those white crosses about World War One. Every single one of those bodies was unclaimed. They don't know who they are. That's the whole point.
I'm clicking.
But that is true, isn't it?
Fucking hell, that's so true.
That is... So
the unmarked grave, and I went to Verdun as a French student. Went up there, and it's stunning. What? It's awful.
Yeah, and claimed. What if they didn't have anyone? What if they didn't have anyone? Like,
well, we'll get to that.
Lovely.
So, this cemetery, quote unquote, because we're not even going to fucking call it a cemetery. It's not a cemetery. It's literally, I saw it in the document. It's literally like a field.
Yeah.
Nothing there. It's also inaccessible by the public. So you can't go there. So like, I feel like the spirits of these people, they're not getting any, love or like.
Yeah, but even if you, whether you believe in that or not, it's the fact that their memories aren't like it's just like.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I believe.
But even if you did, like, even if people like that is a very like many people do believe that, and I think that is.
Well, it's just
very
not being able to
believe. But
I do believe that having for the people that still are around, mainly to have a place of. A place to kind of go in memory, but for that to be inaccessible, like you're not allowed on it.
Yeah,
but
even if you don't talk about like
wrong.
spirits and like, but memory is a very real thing, and like the idea that your memory won't exist anymore is that is a thing that happens.
Yeah,
and not having a marked grave or anything like that is just going to prolong that situation. We, with Breaking Bad, are going to do our part to continue.
We will. This is why it exists.
This is what exactly. That's why it's important to talk about these stories.
No, it's true. That's why. Because their last moments were awful, but it's the lives that they had and the people they affected, and also it's the way that they were indignantly treated. You know, the horrible way they were treated.
Yeah.
Now this is like a crazy bit.
Oh,
so
I love a crazy bit.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine, but Ferris Leblanc, the one that I told you who was identified but wasn't claimed.
Yep.
His family actually learned about his death in January 2015, 42 years after his death.
Blimey.
So the discovery came about.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. You tell me. That's what would have happened if I just stopped talking.
Yeah. Well, guess what, Lewis?
Tell me.
I'm going to tell you. So the discovery came about when a family member searched his name on Google after years of wondering what happened to him. Ferris Leblanc was one of 13 children. His siblings deeply loved him and embraced him unconditionally. He was a World War II veteran, and his sexuality was never an issue. But a bad business deal left him estranged from his family, and he moved away in 1970, 3 years before the fire. Since his family lived in California, they were never contacted about his death. And they just thought for 42 years that he was living his life somewhere else.
Oh, that's fucking awful.
That's really sad.
And again, I guess that is, and I don't know if that was why, but like their homophobia led them to the assumption that possibly the family wouldn't care. Like, do you mean that the government or whoever is responsible for this whatever claiming situation, like maybe you should put some effort into. Yeah. But I think they probably just assumed that.
Well, like
he was estranged, didn't care.
Exactly,
and the fact that he was estranged, they're like,
he lived in like California, so we don't get to. Fucking FBI, like there's a national database. There's a point.
But they'll just assume probably like the fact that he was estranged was because he was gay and his parents wouldn't want to know. Not
very true. But so, God, it's like you're setting me just right out.
Segue.
The Leblanc family, or LeBlanc, if you want to.
Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, it is.
It's his family.
No, the Leblanc family wants the world to know that had they been contacted, they would have claimed his body and given him a proper burial, and that they loved him. It's really sad. They are still trying to find his remains in the pauper cemetery to give him peace to this day.
Oh, Queens! Well, that's fucking amazing. Because especially I love the statement of like.
Yeah,
we letting the world to know because there's always that, and but that is again because that was where I thought you were going to go, but not to always bring it back to the AIDS crisis, but the stories that make me the most angry are when their sons die and they don't want to claim them, and awful. I thought that was what you were going to say, like they contacted his family, and
that's what's beautiful.
Yeah, so these people fucking went above the odds to be like, he was our son and we loved him, and like you. To try and beat that narrative that
and they got in touch, like you see in the documentary, they got in touch with like survivors of it who knew him and were like, "Oh, this is my guy now."
Oh yeah, well, Christ.
Yeah, basically, like we wanted to know his last, who he was. In the last years. Because they thought he was just like off you lived 42 years. No, he'd been dead for 42 years. God, this is tragic, Kaine. Why the fuck did I want to take it?
But like, and also there's. I mean, straight parents out there, there's no one in asking about your child's life through their LGBT friends is going to be such an insight that you won't get otherwise.
It's true.
I remember, have you seen It's a Sin?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. But
brilliant.
I loved it when at the end.
Colin.
No, that was awful. The whole thing is so sad but so good. Everyone should watch it if you haven't watched it. Yeah, it's amazing. What's the main guy? I forget his name, but you know what I mean. And then there's such a narrative around HIV that it was like, oh, these people were just promiscuous. They were risky. They were doing all these things. Whereas like, there's one point where he talks to his mum, is like. Because she wouldn't let his friends come when he was like, I'm going to cry. When like he was on his deathbed, and he was like, it was so much fun. Like, because there's that again. Like, that really made me realize like you demonize behaviors and things as if it's a really bad thing. But he was just a fucking teenage, early 20s boy doing what they do. Like, it's fun and it's supposed to be fun. And then she was like, that, and she didn't get it. And he's like, that's why I need joy here. Like, that's why I need my friends here. So like, I think we just keep going off on horrible tangents. But I love the idea of a straight family talking to their son's queer friends,
because because it's them completely facing the fact, and it means that they have no homophobia, because they're kind of like, no, I want to know who you are truly. And a lot of the time people who, you know, are probably gay and they're like the family, it's like, oh, I keep my family life separate and I keep that.
Exactly.
But this is a family saying, no, I want whatever piece, even if I'm uncomfortable because of you know, social context. I want every piece of my son that I won't ever get to talk to him about.
And especially, it happens now, but back in the time, if they are, some people are keeping their life separate, the only people that he's really being real with are his gay friends. Like, that's who he is.
With his upstairs lounge family. So, now, I'm sure you've been wondering, who the fuck did it?
Oh, I forgot about that. It's horrible.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's crazy, but unfortunately, it's not going to be a very comforting answer. Like, so in the early days, the police was quoted as saying there was no evidence of arson. However, after investigations, the fire started on or near the second or third step from the stairwell. While examining the stairwell, here he is again, Major Henry Morris.
Who is this Major Henry Morris?
I think he was like the head of the police.
Right.
At the time,
is
he's
that
probably
head of police? Major? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Major. I don't know. That's how he described himself. That's his pronouns. So Major Henry Morris recovered an empty bottle of lighter fluid at the base of the stairs, but
great fucking investigation. Christ,
literally. The wooden stairs were draped in highly flammable carpets. Draperies and curtains leading up the stairs only helped the fire lead up towards the bar. By the time Paul Luther opened the door, the stairwell was fully engulfed in flames. So it was that heat. Once the flames exploded into the bar, the extremely high heat spread rapidly. The fire blocked the only obvious way in and out of the bar. The fire was brought under control within 15 minutes from when it was reported.
Wow.
Just 15 minutes for such horror to unfurl. Like,
so fucking quick.
So quick. So while there were, over the years, several false confessions, one suspect was an alleged hustler who patrons confirmed had caused trouble in the bar earlier that evening and had been kicked out. 26-year-old Roger Dale Nunez. According to reports, he was being obnoxious and began harassing some patrons, got into a brawl with one who punched him to the ground. According to a statement, once he was knocked down, Nunez said, "I'm going to burn you all out."
God.
He was then kicked out of the bar. Some say Nunez seems to have struggled with what we'd call today internal homophobia. The police never questioned Roger Nunez and closed down the investigation.
Yeah.
There's more.
I think one thing I'll just say here is, I think with these kind of stories, people are really not hoping, but it's a cleaner narrative if the person who did it
was homophobic.
Was like a straight person who was like had an agenda. But I say that the homophobia is still laced throughout in the response from everyone else. Like, so it doesn't matter. Like,
no.
It's still completely there.
And I think it's even sadder. Like, we'll get into it, but a few months after the fire, Roger married a woman named Elaine. He denied responsibility of the fire, but ended up committing suicide in November 15th, 1974.
Oh, yeah.
Barely a year after. Some people who knew Nunez said that when he would get drunk, he would go around telling people he had started the fire, and then when he was sober, he would retract his comments. The lighter fuel can brand was bought a block away from a Walgreen. It's sold in 3 different sizes: small one, middle one, big one. A cashier remembers a drunken man who was shaking from rage, she said, coming and asking for the small can, but she only had the medium or large. So some think that whoever started the fire didn't intentionally mean to hurt people or like know that it would turn out to be such a horrific tragedy. So in a way, it could have been a childish prank gone hideously wrong. But survivors all agree that whoever did it, forgiveness must be found. Reverend Troy Parry says, quote, "If he did it, we need to remember that he died too, in a way that makes him the 33rd person to die."
Well, yeah, but it's,
yeah, especially if it like came from like an internal like homophobia thing,
yeah, well, 100%.
you know, of being like, you know, and obviously it's awful what he did, but it's like, it's just like when you're a queer person, as you and I are, you just know that there's so much depth to it, right? And, you know, you can imagine, I mean, again, not trying to make anything like excuses or anything, but how many drunk gay guys have you seen get a bit too drunk and the traumas come out? And I mean, okay, to go and buy like that's awful, like never excusable that.
Yeah, and like
I can see it happening.
Yeah, and like
it's
I
so
think
sad.
And those people, and myself included, like that is so many of my relationships was defined by this kind of fear that this connection was going to go or wasn't like. So I think him being in a place where he's supposed to be accepted and he's like needs to work for him, and then whatever happens, he's kind of something that goes wrong, and then like that level of he'll see it as a betrayal of like him not being welcome and kind of a rejection maybe, and that kind of striking something where he just probably, again, we don't a lot of extrapolation and supposition, but if he needed this space and then felt that he wasn't welcome, or not wasn't welcome, but he just didn't know how to deal with that, and then felt hurt or judged by it, and then kind of didn't know what to do apart from lash out and
create violence, toxic masculinity.
Well,
like,
exactly.
It's the same thing of fucking men, you know, abusing or killing their partners after being rejected. Like, again, it's like we're not saying at all that we like understand it. It's just, we just unfortunately can see it's a pattern that happens.
But there's a saying that I heard, I can't remember where I heard it, but I think it's really good, and I say it all the time now, is like, it's a reason, not an excuse. And I think that's a really helpful way of looking at things.
Very true.
There can be a reason someone does something, and there can be loads of factors that have led to that, which you can understand and are unfortunate. But that doesn't excuse what he did.
No, because
it means that, like,
happen.
no, of course not. Like, we can never excuse that. But there are things that can be done.
Understanding the reason can help you maybe stop that
in future.
For sure.
And show how harmful it can be.
Very harmful. So, oh God, Troy Parry, that reverend, give him that blessing and be like, he's the 33rd queer person, like maybe who've been.
But that's what a fucking reverend should be like.
Exactly.
That's what the kind of.
That's forgiveness. That's
of your own, like someone who's done like immeasurable harm to your own community, directly able to be like, I still welcome and love you anyway.
Wow.
And all these other ones, no connection to these gay people, no reason, no personal investment in whatever they've supposedly done, and they can't even bring themselves to mention their deaths.
It's sad. It's
pathetic.
It's pathetic. You're right. So survivors were understandably damaged emotionally. Many reported not being able to sleep, having dreams of seeing the burned faces of their loved ones.
Oh, God.
Reportedly relying on alcohol and drugs to numb the pain, as well as many having survivor's guilt. Phil Steve was in a very bad way, not only because he lost many friends, but he never financially recovered. And the bar was closed down on August 30th, 1973 and never reopened, so just 2 months after. And that's the thing, again, it's so sad because if that had happened today, right, you'd hope that a wider community would be able to be like, nah, let's in the honour.
Yeah.
It was just... Whew. So, now what about the legacy it had? The Upstairs Lounge fire forced New Orleans to realise that the gay community existed in the city. There were articles that came out that actually followed the gay community afterwards and started to take interest in their lives. Quote, "The first thing it taught me was that these people are human beings." This is reporter Clancy Dubois, the one that was on the scene who went to the hospital. Quote, "It brought home their humanity. Sometimes you need to have your eyes and your heart opened." And it sounds so logical to us now, but back in that time, there were these non-people, you know? It was like no one gave them the chance.
Yeah. And like, it's so difficult to not only put myself in that time, but as a gay man, and like, I find it hard to sympathize with that kind of him saying that. It's like, how the fuck do you not know? What did you think?
Yeah. Well, it just shows how fucking fucked
Well,
it
exactly. Yeah, that's I keep saying we're pathetic, but that's what I feel like.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Many believe the Upstairs Lounge tragedy launched the beginnings of the gay activist movement in New Orleans, as it raised consciousness and got people organized. For decades, on the anniversary of the fire, efforts have been made to honor the dead and promote healing. On the 30th anniversary in 2003, only, a permanent plaque was installed outside the bar on the pavement, on which these words are engraved, quote, "At this site on June 24th, 1973, in the Upstairs Lounge, these 32 people lost their lives in the worst fire in New Orleans. The impact went far beyond their individual lives, giving birth to the lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender rights movement in New Orleans," end quote. Around the plaque's edge are engraved the names of those 32 victims.
32?
Well, 32 because 33
So
would...
they mentioned the guy...
No, that would be
sorry.
33.
33, sorry, yeah.
But it wasn't until 2013, on the 40th anniversary, that Mayor Mitch Landrieu, son of Mayor Moon Landrieu, finally proclaimed a day of commemoration for the victims.
God.
40 years.
Yeah, it's pathetic. I keep saying, again, pathetic is the word I use, because I just think, I don't know, I always go for that, because I think anything more like atrocious, awful, kind of gives them a little bit too much power.
Yeah.
So I think pathetic is just
It's
what...
inhuman.
Exactly, like, pathetic is all I can think to say, because that's what I think, it's how I feel.
Absolutely. In 2013, Gregory Aymond, the sitting archbishop, finally released a statement about the fire, but many weren't satisfied. On one hand, he was acknowledging that the church should have made a statement for the families, but the statement was a bit of a non-apology because it was written basically, quote, "If we didn't say anything at the time, we apologize." So it's like, fuck off.
What do you mean, if?
You literally didn't. Yeah, exactly. Oh, if we didn't, are you sure we didn't? But, well, sorry if we did, but, you know.
Sorry, but.
No, it's sorry, but no account. Stuart Butler, a survivor and the owner of Jacko, the vodka drinking pup, says...
Was the dog there?
I don't know.
No, he was him. Sorry, I thought you said pub.
No, pup.
Pup, sorry.
Yeah.
Jacko was the one you were talking about.
Yeah. The owner of...
the owner of
Jacko.
The vodka pub. And I was like,
the vodka drinking pub. You didn't hear the drinking.
Pup. Yeah.
Pup. Yeah.
That's what you see.
Oh, so it's my... Do you know what? Last episode, you were right. I did pronounce something, my N's and my M's. I did say mime, and I meant mine for Humboldt. I said,
did I say mime?
Yeah, no, I said
Yeah.
and then I was like, you can't tell my N's from my M's. And then I was editing, and you're like, I was like, fuck, you was right. So yeah, sorry. Stuart Butler, a survivor and the owner of Jacko, the vodka drinking pup.
Yes.
That was it. That's my sound that I did.
Are you sure? Yeah, it was, because I can't do that.
Because you can do it.
You can do it better than me. Yeah, that is...
Pup. Because I was going like, I was saying a word like, oh, this is really like...
Yeah. I can't do that. Yeah, that...
It
came out. Oh my God, can you believe it? I said it was just going to... I said you're going to be talking about a really emotional bit, and it's just going to come out.
It will.
And it did.
But it's not that emotional. I mean, it is emotional, but vodka drinking pup says, if I was up there in heaven, I'd say, wow, it's about time. Like, he was like... about the fact that they finally... 100%. Yeah. So now, going back to Regina and Reginald Adams.
Oh, yes.
It turns out that Regina, you were like, oh, why are they called Regina and Reginald?
Oh, yeah.
Regina, as a trans woman, was given her name by Reginald. He said to her, quote, I've got the perfect name for you. It's Regina. You'll be Regina because you're a queen. You'll always be my queen. Oh. She legally changed her last name to Regina Adams in honor of his memory and still says that he was the love of her life.
Oh. Oh, bless him.
So beautiful.
There it is, yeah.
One of the survivors, Ricky Everett, says, quote, "It's important that people know what hatred and anger can do. It can kill people. That's why this story has to be told," quote. I'll finish with this quote by Reverend Paul Breton, an MCC reverend who travelled to New Orleans to help bury the victims of the Upstairs Lounge fire and comfort those like Luther who spent weeks suffering in hospital. He said, quote, "Now the tragedy is over, we have to look to the future. The dead have left us a legacy I shall never forget. From the tragedy, there will be a morning after. There's got to be a morning after. And from this tragedy, there will be a growing and an even stronger effort to unite. The song is right. United we do stand."
Oh.
End quote. And so that, my love, is the story of the Upstairs Inferno, New Orleans' worst LGBT massacre, and the story of the failure of the state and church to respect and support the victims and those who survived.
Blimey. God, very different tone this time.
Do I get a clap?
Yeah, oh, yes, you do. Bloody hell. I was too, clapping just doesn't feel appropriate. I'm clapping you, though.
Breaking my mic, too. No, beautiful. Oh, wow. That was emotional.
Yes, it was.
But I knew it would be a good one.
It was really good. Yeah, it was really good.
Wow. I mean,
I don't know what to say, really.
No.
It's a bit like after when you watch a horrible film and you just sort of sit there after the credits roll.
And you're just like, what the hell? That means this one will stick with you, though.
Yeah,
And
it
that's what I
definitely will.
wanted
No,
to
it
make.
definitely will.
So, the sources I used was the amazing documentary that honestly everyone must see, called Upstairs Inferno by Robert L. Camina, which you can buy or rent on Amazon Prime. I bought it
Excellent.
for the old.
The old
But
solidarity.
it was like giving indie. It was giving not really known. And I was just like, Jesus, that's the worst before Pulse.
Yeah.
Thank God they hadn't, between.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of
Of
time,
course, yeah.
40,
Yeah, long
50
time.
years.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, that's 50 years now.
Yeah, it is.
53 years.
Yeah.
Bless. And you see all the people now. You see Regina Adams. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And all these people, I think that she's with someone now, but yeah, she's still he was the love of my life. Oh, it's just, that's the thing. It's the you fall in love with the people. And as you said at the start, I'm going to fall in love with the people and it will hurt even more. But
Yeah.
but
Did
that's
I
the
say
thing. Yeah, I think you did actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, it was really
Profound.
lovely. Bless you. But yeah, bloody hell. I mean, thank you. When I saw that, I was like, I need to do this with a queer person.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And yeah, it was cute because I was telling you earlier before this started. I obviously wrote it 2 and a bit years ago. We met each other 2 and a bit years ago. And I think when I went to check it today to print it, and just kind of go through it quickly, obviously quickly because there are a few things in there, I saw that I'd written, and today, Lewis, I'm telling you. So
Yeah.
I must have put it in about I knew I wanted to do it for you, and this is way before we even I told you. I think when I first met you, I've got a little podcast, Breaking Bad, and you were like,
Yeah.
oh, I'd like to be on a podcast, and it just took a year and a half. But
Yeah,
that's why. I didn't. I was going to do this as episode 1.
I'm glad you didn't.
No, yeah. I was like, let's get old Alex C. Humboldt.
Alex Hum. Yeah, I'm glad that he was the first one I had to, got to experience.
To experience.
But no, it was really good. And like I say, as queer people, I think we're not strangers to tragic things that have happened. So
No.
yeah, I'm very used to hearing these kind of stories, but I very much welcome them. Like I said, I really like hearing them. I think it's really important too.
It's really important. So yeah, I mean, thank you, listener, for listening. I can, I know that it's an emotional one, it's a heavy one, and I hope that you kind of, like us, I hope we did it justice, to be honest. And for anyone who's listening,
I think you did.
Thank you. Yeah. Even with multiple glasses of Prosecco. It's hard
But
to
again,
keep, and the levity, the tone.
Yeah, it is. But I don't think LGBT people want us to grieve in a particularly solemn way. I would imagine if it was me, my friends, you, capturing the spirit of the upstairs bar is more what they would kind of want than...
For sure. And actually, that reminds me, I thought I'd printed them in the PDF, but I wanted to show you a picture. There's a picture of inside the
I'd love to
bar. So Upstairs Lounge, 1973. Yeah, I love this picture actually. It's so camp.
Oh, it's going to make me sad. Oh, bless him.
Little patrons.
So 70s.
So 70s. I would have loved to gone there with you.
Yeah, me too.
I would have loved it.
It's been really fun.
Bless
But like,
them.
it looks like everyone knows each other. It's not like a bar in the way that you think, the kind of...
Well, that's the beauty of it. You know, I do, talking about my gayboys all the time. This is what I've really liked living in this little flat. It's like the community we're building. I don't think, I've never really had that.
Yeah.
Before I joined our jiu-jitsu club, I didn't have many gay friends at all. I was always like the token gay of the group. And I don't think you realise until you kind of get it yourself how important. And so even though it was like tragic and really sad, I'm so glad that these people got that, especially at that time.
Yeah. I can't imagine how much more significant it would have been for them to have being with people that understand that and have experienced that in a really significant way. I think you can't really put a price on it.
You can't. And that's why I'm so glad to have you as a lovely guest.
Me
on
too.
my
I'm
podcast, my darling.
glad to be here, my lovely.
Episode 2 of hopefully many more.
Yes,
You're
I'm
back.
sure.
You're the only person who's done more than one, as well as Maeve.
Yes, Maeve. Oh, yes.
So, yeah.
Well, I would like to do more. I very much enjoy them.
Good. But we will we'll call that the end of this. I don't even know how long it was. Oh my god, I feel like it was long. But the main theme of the main episode. Sorry. And should we do a mini bar? Should we have a break and I need a fag and then
Actually, alcohol. If you know the beer.
Yeah, we'll get another beer. Just top it off, and we'll come back and we will chat about cool, happy, fun
things,
fun queer things, maybe. That maybe have you?
I've got some things.
Okay, great. Lewis has some fantastic things. So if you want, come and join us at the mini bard, which will be released a few days after the main episode. And with that, let's say goodbye. It was sad, but
very sad, but very important.
Very important. And in the memory of
Happy History Month, everybody.
Happy Queer History Month, absolutely. And to the memory of the old Upstairs Lounge.
Yeah, definitely.
Love you.
Love you too.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Bye.
Bye. I'm actually in it this time.
Yeah. Well, that was really good.
Yay. Now that we're breaking bud. Now that we're breaking bud. Now that we're breaking bud.